Time to get the latest on some big updates on coronavirus here in Tennessee. For that, we bring in Metro Task Force Chair Dr. Alex Jahangir. Thanks for joining us again. Doctor, there's a lot of confusion around the CDC's 6% COVID-19 death stat. Can you walk us through that report, what it actually means?
Yeah, this report actually, if you really look at it, doesn't add anything new to what we've been saying for a long time. What this report said, of all the people that have died, 94% of those individuals had another medical condition. So high blood pressure, lung issues, things we've been mentioning all the time. People who are more medically vulnerable get it. What I found interesting is only 6% of people who died from COVID-19 did not have an underlying medical condition. So I think while, yes, what we've been talking about forever, this virus impacts those that are most medically vulnerable and have pre-existing condition, 6% of people that died from COVID didn't have anything. What troubles me is how people spin this article. It says only 6% of deaths associated with COVID happened because of COVID. That's not what this is saying. What it is saying is 94% of people who died with COVID also had another medical condition. So I hope that clears that up.
It does indeed, Doctor. Thank you. Now to the latest in the school data release back and forth. The governor's office will be releasing cluster data. Obviously, Metro is in a unique spot right now, but moving forward, what is the impact this could have?
Well, I think transparency from day one is critical for this virus. I mean, from what I gathered, what this will allow is a parent can look at a school level, assuming that there's 50 students or more enrolled in that school, and say, hey, you know what? My kid's school had 4 cases of COVID, and this classroom closed or the whole school closed. And it'll just allow parents to have more information about how many students are really impacted by COVID in a school district or in a specific school. And at the end of the day, I think that will allow parents, educators, administrators, and community leaders to have a better sense of what's going on in their areas and make educated decisions around moving forward with school.
A final question tonight. I believe the mayor said Nashville's transmission rate is 0.76. It's been a while since we've talked about this, so can you explain transmission rate and why that number is so good?
Yeah, in fact, I think that is the best we have ever been since the beginning of this. What it means, the transmission rate is how many people a single individual who gets the virus passes on to. So a transmission rate of 1 means for every person who gets the virus, they're going to pass it on to one other person. The only way to keep going down is if one person does not pass it on to another person. And in this case, one person passes on to 0.76 people or person, whatever right terminology there is. For a while, we were averaging a transmission rate of like 1.1, 1.2. So the slope of how many quickly their cases were happening was going up really fast. Now being at 1, which would make the slope flat, and at 0.76, which makes it head down fast, that's how we're seeing today an active case number of 1,265, which is the lowest we've had since May 31st. And our transmission rate in Nashville now is better than almost anywhere else in the state. The state's transmission rate is 0.96. Williamson County, which just got rid of its mask mandate, is 0.91. So this is a number you want to be lower at, and we're doing better than most counties in this entire state. So thank you, Nashville, for what you're doing.
And keep up, right? Wear your mask, social distance.
Absolutely.
Dr. Alex Jahangir, thanks so much for joining us.